Welcome home, Red Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons. Today is a dream video for me because in this episode of the show, we are going to be covering 10 of the rarest items in my collection. If you guys are new to this series, I'll be showing you 5 items that you've never seen before. If you've been watching this show since day 1, you've never seen these 5 items. And 5 items that maybe you could have missed if you're new here from the last couple months or year or so. It helps jog some memory and give a briefing for new people to the channel of some of the stuff we have in the collection, and plus we have some new items to scratch that itch for the people that have been here for every single video. But the first item here, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I actually have it here in front of me. I have been looking for this for over 3 years and we finally have one. This is our first item we're going to be starting with, which is the item that you've never seen before. I mean, Shell, I've never seen it before either. So we're going to go ahead and pop it open. But before we do that, this was not a cheap item. I paid $250 for it. Plus shipping. I think my heart gave out from the emptiness of me wallet. So hit the like button for this video, greatly appreciate it. But it was definitely something we needed here. So we're gonna pop this open and hope that everything came in good shape. You probably know what it is by the title of the thumbnail. I did pay like $70 for shipping, but man, oh man, does this box look not so great. I hope that it's okay. Plus, if it's not okay, this is a video proof that I received it this way. The box was like this. It was already damaged like that. So hopefully it's okay. We're gonna test it out, see if it's working. Let's do this. So this is a new SpongeBob TV for the cavern. Believe it or not, I will explain the TV that's in here currently because that one no longer works. It's a long story, really sucky, sad story. So we'll save that for later. Positive vibes because we have the new TV, an upgraded version. This is the rarest version that you can get. So let's take a look here. What even is this for packaging material? I mean, I appreciate it nonetheless, but what is this, like freaking Costco bulk eggs, like paper? Like, I'm pretty sure this is for like eggs, no? I mean, the TV doesn't look broken. I mean, at least that I can tell. So let's get that out of here. You guys can see this yellow beauty here. The old TV had a handle like on the top kind of, so this one doesn't seem to have that. So we're gonna have to just grab it straight out. Ooh-wee. That one is a lot heavier than the old one. All right, so let's move this out the way and put this down, and let's open up this this like janitor quality trash bag. It kind of reminds me of like those, you know, those bags you have in school. You're like, where do you even get this? Like, what is that? That's not like, you can't find that at the grocery store. What the heck? So let's sit on down. We're gonna reveal it from this janitor style trash bag. Anyway, let's open it. Oh my gosh, I kicked the Fraggle box and I actually forgot there was a remote in here. Ooh, a SpongeBob remote. That is actually sweet. It's totally different from the DVD player remote too, so this is definitely one that's to this TV. I may not be the coolest guy in the world, and I may not be the smartest, but tell me somebody else who has 3 different SpongeBob remotes. Yeah, that's right, big flex. Okay, so the main thing about this TV that makes it special is that it's not just your everyday SpongeBob TV, because for one, it's got like a bigger profile, and oh yeah, knew there was gonna be something wrong. Oh, that hurts to the soul. I've had such bad luck with this TV, Ret Pack. I have never had a good situation. Like, I've tried to get this TV the first time, and every single time I tried to pick one up Facebook Marketplace, the people kept flaking on me. This time, I get the SpongeBob TV, and look at that freaking boo-boo. Oh, it's covered in boo-boos. It has a freaking crack. I knew that box just did not, like, it just didn't say, hey, I came great. Oh man, that is so saddening. I'm gonna have to reach out to the seller and we're gonna have to see if I can get a refund on it, but that blows. That's so sad. Okay, we're still gonna take a look. We're gonna see if it works. We're gonna check it out regardless, and we still have a bunch of other items on this list I'm extremely excited to share with you guys. But we had to start off with a little drama, a little boo-boo drama. Okay, so as a collector, I had to just give myself a moment to breathe, relax, take in the situation. And I decided, I thought about just cutting this from the video altogether, but I decided I am here to document this collection. Wins, losses, bumps and bruises, whatever it is, I'm here to document it. So things like this happen. It can't always be like, whoa, look, everything went perfect. Nothing ever goes wrong. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Look at this. I wish that was how it went, but sometimes things like this happen. I talked to the seller. They don't really want to pay for me to ship it back, but I still want a refund. So we're trying to work on a price to where maybe I can give them a minimal payment and I can at least still have a temporary TV in here if it works. So we're going to test it together and see if it works first. And maybe I'll give them an offer of something that I would be willing to pay considering that it is broken. And then eventually down the line, I'll try to find a more mint one, but at least I'll have a working one in here in the cavern for the time being. So first off, I opened the remote and it was filled with battery acid, like completely rusted. I had to clean it. So that makes me think they probably didn't even test it, but nonetheless, things happen. Let's try to see if it turns on. Ooh, okay, I hear that little clicking sound and the static. So it sounds like it's on. Okay, so we have a blue screen here. You guys are seeing this line go through here. That's not normal. That's just the camera, the way it's reacting to the TV. The TV in here that broke does this too though. So it's not necessarily a win just because the blue's on. I'm gonna switch to DVD mode because this TV has a special like weight screen that has SpongeBob on it, and one of the reasons why this is the grail like ultimate version of the SpongeBob TV that I wanted. So go ahead and switch it to DVD. There we go. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. It has the SpongeBob I give it 4 starfish image here. This is only on certain versions of the TV. The later models of the TV had this like weight screen. So it does have an image. Let's see if the DVD tray opens, because what makes this TV the grail one really is that it has a built-in DVD player. Like you don't need an extra system, a bunch of extra cords going into the back of it. It's one plug, you plug it in and the DVD player comes with it. So take a look. Okay, the DVD tray, it is open. Let's go ahead and throw it in there and let's see what we got here. I'm crossing my fingers, crossing my toes, crossing my eyes, and some other things you don't want to know about. Let's see if it works. Okay, the DVD does work. Okay, all right, so presumably everything works fine. It just has a big boo-boo here, which maybe I could clamp this together and glue it, and it won't really be that noticeable. I would have to get a deep discount on it though, guys, because honestly, I would rather just get my refund and then buy another one. But if he can give it to me for a cheap price, I'll take it as a backup TV, as like a temporary one until we can find, you know, I won't be in a rush to get one. It'll just be eventually I'll find another one for a good price. But it is working here and all the buttons are working. So let's I'm gonna talk to the seller and we'll see what I end up paying for this guy. All right, so update. I did have a conversation with the seller and I told him like, hey, like I was mostly buying this for its condition and I ended up paying $50 for it. If I found this at a thrift store for $50 and all it had was this crack and everything else worked, I asked myself that question and I would pick it up in a heartbeat. So I think this is a huge win still. And that's our first item here. And item number 2 is a very familiar item, which is related to this. And we'll go ahead and bring that one over here so we can install this one. And we'll talk about how item number 2 actually broke. Item number 2 on the rarest items in my collection. 5 you've never seen before and 5 you have seen before. This is one you've seen before. It's always in the background here of the videos. This is my baby first ever SpongeBob TV that I got. I've had this TV for like over 6-7 years now. And unfortunately it did break. So what happened was our area, my street, had a really weird electrical issue. The electric company installed a bunch of new equipment underneath the street. And when they did that, the next day I woke up and everything in my house was turning on and off like rapidly and I could smell smoke. And when I went outside in the living room, my TV was smoking, like it was actually smoking. And mind you, all of these items were plugged into surge protectors. I still don't know, nor does the electric company know, how this situation was affecting even surge protectors, but it broke my TV in my living room. It broke this, it broke my washer, my dryer, my microwave, and the saddest of all, my air fryer. Oh, I loved that air fryer. It made the crispiest of nuggets. And it wasn't just me. Everybody in my area had the same issue. My neighbor's garage door broke, their TV, several other appliances as well. But after 7 months, I did get reimbursed for the household items. But because this was a collectible TV situation, they were only going to give me a refund for the amount of a CRT TV similar to this one. Not because it was a SpongeBob one. So TV that's just not a SpongeBob one would have been like $50. So they gave me that. Everything else I had to buy before that, and I was just freaking out the money for like 7 months. But this I had still not been able to replace. It did not smoke like the one inside the house, but it just did not turn on ever again. So like it still doesn't turn on. Possibly it could be repaired, but I really don't know. So I figured if I was going to get another TV, I might as well get the more preferred rare version with the DVD player. So that's what I ended up doing. That didn't work out exactly how I planned either, but you know, like I said, that's what the show's about. Not everything can be so simple. So most videos you will see everything go through smoothly without any hitches along the way, but sometimes that just happens. For the rest of these items, it should be pretty smooth and pretty epic. So let's get into item number 3. So for item number 3, this item actually came out of the collection that I bought for my friend Proxy. Like I said, a member of the Rep Pack. If you guys haven't seen it, I've been covering an entire Fairly Odd Parents and also Jimmy Neutron collection for the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour here on Comfort Cartoons. One of the items that I took out of that box just to be able to add it to this series is one of my favorite. I have been looking for this item for as long as I have been collecting Nickelodeon, and that is this right here, the Danny Phantom Nicktoons figure. I am going to turn it around right now. Here are some of the other Nicktoons figures that they also released, like Ren and Stimpy, the Rugrats. It was essentially a full figure line done by Jazzwares, covering some of the most iconic Nickelodeon characters, and the rarest one of all is Danny Phantom, retailing for over $100 online. But this one is signed by the voice actor of Danny Phantom as well as Butch Hartman. It is a true, absolute grail. I never thought I would be holding this guy in this shape. We did get one about a year ago that unfortunately got damaged in the mail, and now that I have this one, I might take that one out of the box because I love the figure so much. Danny Phantom is one of the most underrated shows in Nickelodeon. I would say it was only 4th place to maybe Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, and SpongeBob, just because it existed with such an iconic era of Nicktoons. He's often forgotten comparatively to those 3. But Danny is absolutely awesome. I mean, his costume just looks so sick, and the fact that they made the character look so good considering the art style doesn't really lend to being made into a figure very easily. It's just a testament to how good of a job Jazzware did on it. So I've been looking for it forever. You can see it also comes with his interchangeable ghost tail there. So you can actually remove his legs and add the ghost tail with a stand there to make him look like he's floating as well. And this will be a new item that goes in the background right here in the center shelf because it's just such a legendary piece. And there's not even enough Danny Phantom items that exist for him to necessarily have his own shelf. So 1 or 2 off items that I'm able to find, we're gonna put right back here. And that's item number 3. It's definitely one of my favorites on today's list. Okay, and item number 4 is something you have seen before if you've been watching the show for many years. The next item I actually picked up at a flea market in one of the hunt videos with my mom, and it is this right here. You may be wondering, what is this red sphere here? It doesn't say Nickelodeon anywhere on it. What could it possibly be? Well, let me just play a clip here for a second.
It's spherical!
It's spherical! Spherical! This is the Game Sphere from Drake and Josh. For real though, it is a Memorex CD player. So if I slide the shell back here, it is actually just a Memorex CD player. But this is the item that they actually use as the prop for the Game Sphere in the Drake and Josh TV show. All they did was slap a Game Sphere sticker on it, and essentially it was the Drake and Josh, the Dan Schneider universe version of the GameCube. Here's a clip of me actually finding it at the flea market with my mom.
Oh my God, I seriously think we may have found the best find we've ever found on one of these trips. This right here is the boom ball.
This is something that costs like $200 online. So I was like, okay, like, am I gonna ever find one in the wild? Probably not. I was always hoping maybe I would find it like a thrift store kind of beat up, but to find it brand new in the box, I still have the box in the vault as well. Brand new in the box to add to the collection was just a dream come true. And now we have the ultimate in gaming technology. Also, there's a video of a guy who did not get nearly enough credit who actually turned the Game Sphere into a real working Game Sphere by installing a GameCube inside of it. The video has way too little views for as epic as that was, so here's a little brief clip of that.
Welcome to the final video of assembling our Game Sphere.
I messaged him, but I don't think he's very active on his channel. I would love a working Game Sphere, but hey, I'll take this prop one for right now. And that video of me finding it is on the channel. Just type in Comfort Cartoons Game Sphere and it'll come up. Let's move on to item number number 5. So item number 5 is something that I dream that one day we will have the space to display. This is a full-size Jimmy Neutron display. Again, this came from the collection that I picked up for the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. Look at the beauty that is that side right there. You've got the 3D rocket ship Nickelodeon logo, the Boy Genius there. Here's a little example though of kind of what it's supposed to look like using the instructions. So here's what the display would look like if it was fully built. You have the Jimmy right there. The sign and the Jimmy Neutron on the rocket are actually a 3D piece that pop up. And then you've got all the other kids there from the show, including Cindy, Libby, Carl, and for some reason Nick. Like they really pushed Nick as if like just being one of the main characters back then, as well as Sheen over there too. And the center has all the VHSs loaded up. It's got some little levers in the bottom down there, really kind of looking like a little piece out of Jimmy's lab. Of course, this will take up a lot of space, but down the line as the collection expands, hopefully we have a bigger space and we'll even put more stuff on display. Of course, it'll always have to be a showcase room because you can't just put everything out on showcase. That's why we have the vault, but this is something I would love to have out on display. But when I do, I will definitely be having to start looking for several copies of the Jimmy Neutron VHS and DVD, so that way I can put them on this actual display to give it that perfect look. But that's item number 5, an item you guys have never seen before. You guys can see a couple of the little pieces there. You've got Sheen right there. I mean, even just this is a really cool display piece. Jimmy on his rocket. Like, my God. Is that just freaking epic or what? So there we go. I'm showing you guys as much as I can without the whole thing being built. Item number 5. Let's move on to item number 6. Okay, to be honest, this video was kind of hard to film because a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff is deep in the vault and hard to get to. But item number 6 is something we worked on last year and I'm super proud of, and it's this giant Nickelodeon mosaic art piece. So this is something you actually were able to get at Five Below. They sold some of these individual Nickelodeon posters that you could actually pick up, but on the back of them they had pieces of an overall giant size poster that you could create if you found all 8 pieces. So of course, me being me, we went on a hunt to all the different Five Belows in my area to find every single piece, and after going to 3 different stores we did find all 8 pieces, got them all framed up, and then we got to make this bad boy. And the creator of this particular mosaic actually followed me on Instagram and said I was the first person he saw to actually put this together completely. And it was such a fun thing that we did here on the channel that I wanted to make that one of the items here because it was accessible and also something you may have missed. So that's item number 6. On to item number 7. So because this series, the first 3 episodes of it were all SpongeBob, I wanted to make this one more Nick related, not just SpongeBob, other shows outside of SpongeBob. The first 2 items were SpongeBob because the TV was such a big part of the cavern. I wanted to share it in a special video like this. But item number 7, I think it's on the screen over here, I think. Yeah. Item number 7 is a new addition to our bobblehead collection. For those of you guys that don't know, Nickelodeon released these limited edition bobbleheads they gave out to the employees of different shows at the time that were airing on Nickelodeon. We've collected the Fairly Odd Parents ones here. We've collected the Tak and the Power of Juju ones, and we've collected 3 out of the, I believe, 6 SpongeBob ones that exist. Now we got to add another one, and that is for the show El Tigre. So El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera, is another show that's not really very well known. Some people remember it. I definitely do. It was, again, one of the best times to be alive as a Nickelodeon fan. This show was on around the same time as Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents. There were so many good shows coming out on a consistent basis, and they all kind of had that same vibe to them. It really felt like Nickelodeon had a universe kind of forming there. And this is actually the villain of the show, El Tigre's grandpa. He's kind of like an anti-hero. El Tigre's father is the main superhero character. He's a luchador. And ironically, his grandpa is like the main villain of the show, except for because Manny is his grandson, he does often end up swaying towards the good side as well and doing things for his family and for his grandson that most villains probably wouldn't do. But I love about him being a bobblehead is his giant sombrero is what actually bobbles around on it. So the Tigre bobblehead is not an easy one to get. The entire set last time sold for about $500 to $600. I don't have the entire set, but I'm still pretty content and happy with at least having one. And if we can find the other ones down the line, that would be cool. All right, and then item number 8. These are actually some DVDs. So recently I haven't covered a lot of DVD stuff because we completed the entire SpongeBob DVD collection that I was working on. And that was such a heavy focus of the channel. I started to focus on some other things, but I am actively working on the DVD and VHS collection, and that will be incorporated into this series. And I brought 2 items today that I picked up that I think are just so cool. An iconic staple of Nickelodeon childhood is this, the Nick Picks. So this is Nick Picks Volume 1. They did so many commercials for the Nick Picks back in the day. If you didn't have the Nick Picks, you assuredly knew about them from the several other DVDs they promoted it on.
It's the Nick Picks collection on DVD.
They even had bundles on Nickelodeon where you could order them on the phone and get like all 4 volumes of it. They did up until I think volume 4, maybe a 5, but I think volume 4. And the higher you go up on the numbers, the rarer they get. The first one and second one are the more accessible ones, but still pretty rare. But more rare than that is to find them sealed. And more rare than that is to find this. This is a promotional distributor only version of Nick Picks. Usually I don't really care about the promotional use sticker that much. I think having it sealed is more than good enough in most cases, but I just happened to find them with it on there, so I just said why not. I got them for $20, which is an unreal deal. And for those of you guys that don't know, the promotional use only version of the CD is what they would give to the stores in order to put the DVD on display on some of the TVs they're also trying to sell, to kind of push people to buy or rent that particular DVD. And most commonly that was in the VHS era. You do see some DVDs that did that as well in the earlier eras of Nickelodeon and DVDs in general. But as time went on, it became less and less popular because 9 times out of 10 with all the DVDs that stores and video stores were receiving, they weren't picking your DVD to be the one on display. And with the decline of video stores as a whole, there became less and less reason to add those promotional copies in there. But the promotional copy of the disc is exactly the same as the regular disc. It's just usually they remove the commercials and the trailers at the beginning, so that way it can run on a loop inside the store without there being too much advertising at the beginning. But that little sticker right there adds a little bit of rarity to it. It also has this sticker as well too, which has My Life as a Teenage Robot, Danny Phantom, and lots of other favorites, because at that time they were both kind of new shows. So I'm saying, like, My Life as a Teenage Robot, El Tigre, Danny Phantom, it was a time to be alive. Like, there were so many good, like, awesome, iconic shows on Nickelodeon at this time. And I think Nick Picks, I mean, you got freaking Rugrats all grown up, like, the list just goes on. Like, I don't even know how they even found the slots to just put on so much awesomeness. But the Nick Picks kind of summarized that era so well with having a compilation of the different shows. And I also got Nick Picks Volume 2 as well. This is also a promotional use only copy. So both of these brand new sealed with the promotional copies is definitely not easy to come by. I've never seen them in all of my time collecting. I just got lucky when they came up for a really good price. I think the person was just selling them as if they were just sealed without the promotional aspect of it. And since it happened to be on there, I just said, heck, why not? A beautiful set there, and item number 8. All right, and item number 9 is probably one of the craziest of all of them. Okay, so item number 9, I'm going to bring into the camera shot here slowly. This was a Nickelodeon display sign. From what I know from the person I got it from, as well as a little bit of research, is this was a sign that was lit up and was outside of a boardroom at Nickelodeon Studios. And this is it right here. It is a giant freaking Nickelodeon acrylic sign. It is so clean. It again is right from that 2000s era of Nickelodeon. I would say around maybe 2003 to at the latest 2008. It is the vibe I'm talking about when it comes to that Nick Pick era, and it's a beautiful piece. I think it would look awesome with some kind of light behind it. It's not double-sided, so it definitely have some projection light kind of going against it so it would glow. It's not in perfect condition. You'll see there are some scrapes. It looks like there's some kind of spray paint or like paint that was splattered here as well too. Thankfully it is in a spot that already has like a splat, so it's not super noticeable, but my goodness, is that Nickelodeon logo just gorgeous. So I have an idea of where I want to put this in the cavern. This will go on display, but before I put this one on display, I am going to create a wood backing for it that I can Velcro it onto, so that way it has structure and there's no risk of it breaking. And also I can hook it up and hang it up wherever I want to without it being contacting directly the sign itself. This is a piece of history, a piece of advertising history, so I want to respect it as much as I can and keep it in the best shape as I possibly can. But a beautiful piece. I'm in love with this. This is one of my favorite eras of the Nickelodeon logo. It just fits it. Look at that. It feels so, like, it fits so well in here. Like, look at that. It's like that's part of the table. Beautiful. Item number 9. Now for our last item, item number 10, which is an item you've seen before, but one of my favorite parts of this collection, and we're only going to be adding to this very, very soon. So let's check it out. Item number 10 you don't see often because it's in the back of the room here, and that is the Rocket Power collection as a whole. In particular, this right here, the Rocket Power Madtown skate park. Madtown was the iconic location within the show that all the kids would hang out in. I got majority of this entire collection from an amazing member of the rep pack that goes by Don the Whale, and this part of the collection I will be continuing to grow on. We're going to be adding 2 more shelves very soon here for all the Jimmy Neutron and Fairly OddParents stuff that we just picked up. They're going to be in their own shelves. You'll see that in both part 2s on the channel when those videos come out. But as a kid that was into skateboarding and lives in Southern California, I've had such a newfound respect and love for this show. So every time I see the shelf, it warms my heart. And I also have from him as well the Twister's helmet, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So the hidden Rocket Power shelf, as well as really everything in the back of the room where the camera is not pointing, is our 10th item. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you guys want to support the show further, the ultimate way to do that and help me keep making these videos for you, not for the YouTube algorithm. I want to make the show community run and powered. So the ultimate way to help is to check out the Patreon down below. You can sign up for only $2 a month, and you get extended versions of every single video that I upload, early release, ad-free, and a bunch of other bonuses too. But ultimately, it's just to support the show and keep these videos coming. Shout out to all the Patreons over there already. Thank you guys so much for supporting this show and what I do here. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And if you guys want to see me live on Whatnot every single Friday, you'll get to see the new TV in motion. That link is down below, and you get $15 for free when you sign up. But I also do giveaways for absolutely free every single week on Whatnot. 3 to 4 giveaways. You don't even have to pay for the shipping, so go take advantage of that. I'll see you guys in this video right here that I know you're gonna love. And as always, Rep Pack, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop!